Hello. Good morning, Peter. How are you?
Well, you kept us all very nervous, huh? Even with...
No, I was in session with the VP. Thank you very much. I don't know whether I have some moments to, following our budget speech and our public media engagement, there has been a lot of noise or concern about the Karpower issue, what
Indeed.
it is.
Indeed, and we are happy, Seedy, that you have phoned in to clarify. What are the people who are still talking about the Karpower loan not getting?
Yes, let me explain here. The issue is, as of May, the Karpower contract came to an end, and we had arrears outstanding. We approached the partners, the World Bank, and they rose to the occasion to say, okay, we'll help you settle the arrears. But the World Bank budget support does not come in until the end of the year. So in order to finance that, both the Ministry of Finance, the IMF, the Central Bank, and the World Bank work together to have a direct lending facility between the Central Bank and the Ministry of Finance that will avail the funding required to pay the Karpower bills, arrears. So even though we have a memorandum of agreement which was signed between the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank to that effect. In the purpose of because of transparency, we will share the memorandum of agreement publicly on our website for every Gambian to see what we have gone into with the Central Bank.
Okay.
So when we pay Karpower, we have still not paid that direct lending proceeds from Central Bank. And the memorandum of agreement is stipulating that when the World Bank budget support comes in, the proceeds will be used to pay the amount directly lent to us to settle Karpower. So Karpower being paid does not eliminate the liability. Rather, the liability has shifted from Karpower to a direct lending facility between us and the Central Bank. And just a point of clarification here. All our transactions with the Central Bank, any payment government made from the Central Bank, either it would have had the money from the revenues or it would have been within the limit established as the credit limit between us and the Central Bank. Anything outside that, the government has to pay market interest. All of these are captured in the memorandum of agreement. So when people say that, oh, we've already paid Karpower and now we are informing the National Assembly again, Karpower arrears. Yes, the obligation to Karpower has been paid, but still the residual obligation is with us as government. That's why when the World Bank gave us additional budget support to settle this, it was befitting that we update the National Assembly to say, yes, we approved a budget in which the expected budget support was 20 million. But World Bank has given us additional 25 million, proceeds of which will be used to settle Karpower. So this is the clarification. It's not that we have paid and now we are telling them that we have not paid. No. Karpower has been settled, but the residual obligation, because Karpower was not paid from our own resources. Karpower was paid from the proceeds of lending directly from the Central Bank to the government of the Gambia. And when the World Bank budget support comes in, it will be used to pay off that amount. In fact, an article in the Memorandum of Agreement stipulates even the account number in which the proceeds of the World Bank budget support will be paid. And once it is paid into that account, Central Bank will automatically debit that and recover their proceeds. So this is what I wanted to clarify.
Okay.
But I think time is not on our side, but we will share this memorandum of agreement,
okay,
which was jointly worked on between the three parties, Central Bank, Ministry of Finance, IMF, and the World Bank, just in the interest of transparency, because it looks like people are assuming, oh no, they've already paid and now they are saying that they have not paid. So where will they pay? Where will they use the money to? It was only transparency that triggered us.
I'll tell you what people are saying as to how the money was going to be used by you people. They said that the money was instead going to go to your pockets.
Well, I hope they understand government financial system. Not a galaxy of government resources can be paid into anybody's pocket. There are processes and procedures to follow.
But we had instances here with the IEC where monies were paid directly into the private accounts, personal accounts of people, Seedy.
No, but this was not direct. You know when government allocates to sectors, then those sectors can then allocate to spending. But if you look at that, there's an arrangement for every money that is paid to. That's the accountability mechanism. That's why a report of the auditors came out to say, well, you've been given this. Give a breakdown of how you've spent this. Giving money to somebody doesn't mean that it's a one-way street. He received the money and it's finished.
Okay.
Whatever money you receive from government, you have to account for it.
Okay. So in short, yes. Even if ministers and directors wanted to pocket this whatever 19 million whatever for Karpower ship, you're saying that's not possible?
It is not, because three layers are there. One, already we have borrowed, and that outstanding obligation is pending between us and the central bank. So if we pocket that, how will the central bank amount be? How will we be able to do that? Okay. Because even, in fact, for the information of the audience, the memorandum of agreement stipulates that in the event Central World Bank does not pay the budget support, government of the Gambia was bound to pay that back to the central bank. Even when the on-lending is at market interest rate in line with the Central Bank Act. Between Central Bank Act 20 stipulates that market transaction between the government and the central bank must be at market interest rate. All of this is in this schedule. So just to let the people know, there is no, I think it was only transparency that when you receive more than you expect to receive, you have to tell the approving authority that you receive this and this is how it is to be spent. And this was through additional budget support. You know, I think we have to thank the partners here. They have seen the reforms we have embarked on, and they are accompanying us along that journey. And don't forget, for every budget support that we receive, there's a post-implementation review of how those funds are utilized by the partners themselves. So, but it's a short one.
Okay.
But for the audience, we will publicly display this memorandum of agreement on the website of the ministry, and will circulate to media houses so that people can see for themselves how the agreement was concocted and the finalization of it.
Okay, Seedy, we'll have to end it there because we've run out of time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for your intervention. That was